May the 7th, 2015 marks the date that 3.3 million first-time voters will be able to cast their vote. However, in a poll by YouGov for British Future, it was found that only 41% of these first-time voters will actually cast their vote. I will find out why first-time voters aren't voting. George Savelle is a 20-year-old student studying a foundation year of science. This is George's first opportunity to vote in a general election, yet he's not voting. George explains why.
I'm not going to vote in this year's election because I don't know enough about politics and I wasn't taught about it at school.
Similarly, Lily Moore is a 19-year-old student and studying criminology and sociology, and she shares the same view as George.
I'm not really affected by the political election. I don't feel like politicians make students feel very important in it. It's mainly focused at middle-aged people that are working. In the last election they lied about what they were going to do, like how they were going to help students, and they didn't come through, so I don't see the point in voting.
Bronwyn Edwards is a 22-year-old third-year politics student and a hopeful candidate for the Welsh Assembly. Bronwyn shares her belief on what should be done to encourage voting.
By not voting, we're not using our right, especially as a woman. Women died so that we could vote, and I think not taking that opportunity is such a waste. And I do think that, personally, I think that voting should be an obligation. I think it should be illegal. It should be illegal to not vote, like the system in Australia.
However, Liberal Democrat candidate for Canterbury, James Flanagan, disagrees with Bronwyn's views.
I'm not in favour of forcing people to vote. I know there's a view that we should adopt the Australian model, where everybody has to, by law, go out and vote, even if they spoil their ballot paper. I don't believe in that. I think that we're given the freedom to decide whether we want to vote or not. But one thing that I would like to do, being involved in the political process, is to encourage more people to vote, to get out there and say, look, it is important that you vote, it is important that you have your say.
James also expresses the consequences of not voting.
Which is, if you don't get enough people coming out to vote, particularly in different age groups, that presents questions over the legitimacy of the result. And what I mean by that is, in the last election, 65-year-olds or those over 65, about 75% of that age group came out to vote. The age group 18 to 24-year-olds, it was near to 50%, so not far from that percentage that you've just mentioned. And that worries me for two reasons. First,
will young people prove the predicted statistics wrong?